So, we are going to proceed with the next talk in this room, AOE, and you're going to listen to innovations in the CMS market. And please give a hand to Alain, who is going to present.
So, hello everyone. I'm not going to talk about innovation, not really, but I'm going to take a little journey about why I think the CMS industry needs a fundamental shift. So if you come here, or you have come here, and are expecting a talk about Type 3 CMS or any other CMS, you're completely wrong. We're talking about the CMS industry in the next 30 minutes, and why, of my opinion, we need a fundamental shift. So, welcome everyone. Maybe you know me already. I'm Alain Veuve. I am a manager of AOE Switzerland at the moment, doing other stuff for AOE as well. And in my Type 3 sort of life, I am a member of the board. I'm the treasurer of the Type 3 Association, and I'm involved in the Type 3 marketing team. So, just some words about AOE. There might be some guys who do not know AOE already, so we're just one of the biggest open source web software implementers. We are doing international business. We have some great clients all over the world. We are already like 200 people, and that's enough sales talk. So I will not bother you further on with that. So, to look into the future, it's always good to step back and have a look back. And that's what I want to start with you today. Let me ask beforehand, who of you is running a web agency? Whoa, I hoped that would be the case. So that's great, because I want to talk to you, not to developers, not to clients, to anyone, but really the web agencies. So what I can show you here is the first web page. One of my companies in my career, I has had several companies. That's the first web page I had. As you can see, I was moving computer hardware. Were quite a small company. It was back in 1999, and we had that sort of web page here. And I can remember that it was very hard to deal with all the content there. There was no CMS behind. And we were quite starting doing business with the website, but most people called us and did their orders via phone. That was the sort of website that was established back then, like 15 years ago. And it was then seen as one of its best kinds, really stylish, really good, and all these kind of things. So if you go back to that time and you want to paraphrase user experience in just one term, then it would be this one. If you had 56 kilobits, you were the lucky ones, didn't you? So that was really great, awesome. And what I want to say about that is that it was really a small game you have to deal with, and the websites have been managed all manually, and they were created by tools. And you know, back then, one tool was very important. It was that one. The guy on the left side is a guy called Randy Forgard, who is the main driver behind front page. And the guy on the right, I don't need to explain who this is. This is the one who bought the software and make it bigger. So I hope I can somehow bring it to you what these kind of times have been. Even Google has been out there. I have to show that. Maybe most of you know that already, but it's really important to know. That's the complete hardware stack that Google was run on in 1999. So that was the world we're living in, or our world, like the digital world, back in 1999. What is important for my talk here is that maintaining websites has been an incredibly tough game. And I don't, I mean, I say that from my experience as being a company owner then, because every time you had to change something on the website, you had to think about what the change should be, send it to the developer would open front page or whatever tool he used then, do the change, publish it, and rings you up and says, hey, I've done the change. Can you have a look at it? So that has all been dealing with kind of things, and that's why our website was updated like twice a week at maximum, and we were really top-notch with that periodism. And at first, nobody cared. No business cared, because that, back then, the internet was just not important. We have to face it. Our business, I mentioned it already, ran in via fax, really. Ran in via telephone. A lot of people rushed by. We had to have meetings, and the orders went in there. So, and I didn't really care then, back then, about what was on the internet. I mean, we had a website because we needed it to have, but okay, that's it. But then, things changed. And there were two things that really were the drivers behind that change. The one is that there was technology coming in, and the technology of, which I think is one of the main drivers, is the high-speed internet access. What you see here is a chart from Switzerland, but it's kind of representative for all sorts of high-speed internet access development worldwide. What you can see here is that right in the beginning of the last decade, there was a huge curve going up. There was a lot of high-speed internet connections coming in. And that was really a driver behind the whole internet thing. So all of a sudden, or more all of a sudden, new technology was there that enabled people to do so. And it's no wonder that people did. So the second slide is, people are adopting that technology, and they are using that technology. I guess you know that. Almost 50% of the worldwide citizen has access to the internet. And we are expecting that there are 3 billion by the end of this year. So all of a sudden, the internet got way more important. And it got way more important to companies as well. And there was a lot of pressure coming to companies like ours, because users ask, can I order that online? Can I download the prospectus from the web? Can I configure my machine on the web? Why can't you offer that? Dell does that. I'm going to shop with Dell because you can't offer that. That has been the kind of things that put pressure on me as an entrepreneur in that time. And a lot of other guys in companies felt exactly the same. And then there was some gift. It was CMS. It was coming in. And I clearly remember the first day when I got served with a CMS with the next website. And luckily, it was a Type 3-based CMS website. I clearly can remember when I first time opened the content element, changed something, saved it, and saw it appear on the web. I mean, that for itself, there was no magic. But the thing is that I was enabled from that day on to heavily do changes on my offering on the web. And what we did then is we did that like every day. We pushed new things there, and the whole web thing instantly developed some sort of magic behind all that. So that was a magic moment for me, and it was talking to so much customers in the last 15 years, for all of them, that was a groundbreaking change in their relation and the way they are doing business on the web or with the web. Back then, it was a relief, to be honest, because it meant reduced cost. It enabled companies to act fast, marketing-wise, communication-wise. And in the end, it produced way better websites for the end users. So That said, anyone who knows me knows I'm liking figures and I'm liking graphs. So I try to figure out I paint up a little graph system here, and let me explain that to you. What you see in the green graph is the end user demand, is what people out there, the normal users, citizens, are expecting from websites or digital offerings. The gray graph is a little bit simplified, I admit, is the capability of the CMS industry to deliver on that end user needs and these demands. And the orange one is the benefit for the companies. So going back some slides, some minutes, here it was just not important to anyone because end user did not drive things. Fast internet accesses came in, and we were able to deliver on that. We were able to produce a huge benefit for the customer, and then everyone was happy. And what followed was really a great party. That was the time when I got into the CMS business as well. So, and I think it's a party because the past years we have been living on the growth of the total market. And we all made some sort of good work out of it and made our living out of it. There was an interesting saying from Stefan Willkommner some weeks ago when we had the agency meetup day in Munich. He said, like, back in these days, when we had that big party, doing business was like dealing with DHL deliveries in the morning, because new projects came in almost like DHL in the morning, and everything you had to do is to make a good job, and you can wait until the next project is coming in. So there was a huge demand, and we had only be able to really deliver on that demand and do things the right way, and we were quite done with it. As a result of that, many of us, have been able to really make a living out of that.
You show my house now.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, you all have been able to build houses, been able to buy cars. Some of you have been able to really establish some sort of empire company-wise. I mean, what I want to say is really that we had a good time, and we have been able to live quite a good life, business-wise, personal-wise, on the whole development of our industry and what CMS has brought to us. Again, to show that on the graph system, as long as these three graphs go together in like one line, everything is fine, more or less. And if they go up, it's even fine, because that means the market is still growing. So now it would be a very nice end for the talk. The point is, the world is not standing still, it is changing again. So, what happened then? There was mobile coming in. And mobile was a big change, not because of having devices, but because of people have started to use the internet in a completely different way. And by bringing mobile devices, mobile internet devices into their lives, internet affected all of a sudden, like most all of the spheres and the aspects of life of citizens. Ask yourself, which is a field of your life which is not affected by internet anymore? And it will be very hard to find something that's really not covered or not involved with the internet. So what mobile did is it really changed the way people have been dealing with the internet and have been dealing with technology and their expectation, what they can use as a benefit from all these